So it's almost exactly 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning. And normally I wouldn't be working on this day or this time, but on Friday I received a phone call from a very important client of mine and a really good friend of mine who works for a really huge artist, whom I will not name, saying we have this OB-X8 and this happened to it, or I don't really think they know what happened to it. Anyway, we need it fixed yesterday. It's flying out from off the continent straight to LAX and going to come straight here to be fixed ASAP. And I don't even know if I can do that, but normally I can, so I'll figure it out because that's what I do. Anyway, but it got me thinking about new synth reliability and about how new synths are maybe not marketed, but people assume that they're going to be more reliable than their vintage counterparts. So I thought that this is a really great example of why that's really not true. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the camera, and I'm going to show you what this thing's doing. All right, here we go. The OB-X8, which I will say I still think is like one of the best synths you can buy sound-wise. They did a great job with this thing. Would I take it over my vintage OB-X, OB-X8, or OB-8? No. But does it definitely do that thing if you need it, especially for live or if you can't afford vintage ones? Absolutely. But you should never sell your old one thinking, oh, well, this one's just never going to break. It's going to last forever. And even if it breaks, it's going to be fine. It's surely smart enough to be repairable. So anyway, let's turn it on. So let's just listen to it. And turn up the volume a little bit. So I did crack a note there, but... So that voice board sounds fine, that group of 4 notes, and then I don't know which voices there are. It was the first voice, so I assume it's voice 1, which I believe is on the bottom board. Anyway, so it sounds like poop. I think that's objectively true. So on these new ones, just like the old ones, you can hit this button over here, tune, and it's going to self-calibrate. And it's not just going to do the oscillators, I think it does everything. So let's press it. So we got oscillator 1, oscillator 2. Now, if it's going to be the same as it has the other 5 times we've done it, now it's just frozen there. It's not going to do anything. And it's going to just stay right there until you turn it off and then turn it back on. And it's still going to sound like crap, which I'm going to show you now. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, turn it on. So, it's no good. Essentially, it's useless now. You cannot make music with this. Now, if this was the old one, if this is an OB-X or an OB-X8 or even an OB-8, what those things do when they have a voice that won't tune is they'll just shut off that voice at the end of the tuning cycle. It'll even blink which voice failed. So if voice 4 has an oscillator 2 that can't be brought into range, it'll quite literally flash the 4 light and say, can't tune, boss, so I'm out of rotation, I'm going to take a bench. And then you can either wait for your technician to figure it out, or you can, fix it before the show or before the session. You can do many things, but what you can definitely do is be okay with the fact that it's one voice is dead and now you have an OB7, and it's still fine. You can still play 7 notes at a time. It's still going to sound great. And it's going to get you through. The show must go on, as they say. And with this, you don't really get that option, I guess. And that's unfortunate. Maybe there's some deep-rooted way to do it, but from the user's perspective, therefore the technician's perspective, there's a road technician who flew this, again, from close to Cuba over here to get it here because there's no other route for them, and they need it fixed ASAP because they rely on this. And, maybe this is something that they can work on in the future, sequential, that is, Oberheim, to make it so that it behaves more like the old ones and knows when to not give up tuning or when to give up tuning something and move on. But for it to just get stuck like that really is a big sticking point for the argument that the new one's just going to automatically be more reliable than the old one. The old one can be fixed, and can be fixed pretty fast at that, especially if it's already been gone through. So, +1 vintage.